Back now on Triad today, a very special guest has come to the studio, and we're so glad to have him. A first-time visitor to the show, J-Power Director, if we can see Dr. Robert Shackleford, President of Randolph Community College. And Bob, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Since you're a first-time visitor, let's just for a few seconds here get some background. Tell the audience where you were born.
I was born in High Point and moved around all of my life because of my father's work. He was a boilermaker, building boilers and electric power plants. And
How about that?
I'm kind of back where I started, back at my roots.
Yeah, and teaching people how to get into jobs they need, and it's just a great profession. But who influenced you? Was it your parents or a particular teacher, somebody that influenced you to go on a path of education?
My mother really did. My mother dropped out of school in high school to go to work during the World War II to help support her elderly mother while her brothers were off in the war. And she always told me that I was going to have opportunities she didn't have. And she made sure of it and sacrificed a lot, and
That's great.
Never gave me a choice. Son, education is the key, and you're going through that door.
And she was right. What kind of programs is Randolph Community College noted for? If somebody has never read anything about them, and they said, well, I live near Guilford Tech, or I live near Forsyth Tech, but I don't know anything about Randolph, what are you noted for?
Well, the way the community colleges work in North Carolina, there are some programs that are at every college. You can get a degree in business administration anywhere, but then there are specialty programs in particular colleges. We're very well known nationally and even internationally for our photography program. It's generally regarded on any list of photography schools in the top 3 to 5 in the country.
How about that?
And
you don't duplicate that, like you said, at all the others, so you can't just...
Oh, no. Yeah. And the quality of this, I mean, it's actually on par with a great school up in Rochester, New York, and there's a great school in Southern California.
Right.
And RCC is considered one of the top 3 in the whole country.
Well, that's great. So the crown jewel of the area for photography. And now what, also got wind of something that you had, I want to get this right, that the college had excelled in what's called the state's performance measures. Now, I don't understand this, but what does it mean? Because people are really, they're glowing about this. I mean, why is this significant?
Well, the legislature several years ago said, you know, we give a lot of money to 58 community colleges, and we have you located all over the state, and people want to know what are we getting for that money. And so they kind of set up a report card system that they call performance measures. And it's all kind of things such as how well did the students come in who are underprepared, who have to take remedial courses, how well do they succeed, how well do they succeed in completion rates to graduation, how satisfied are your employers with your graduates. They had this whole list of a report card.
And that drives some of the funding?
Well, it has in the past. Right now, there's no extra money for meeting those measures, except that for the system in general, it says to the legislature that we're meeting the mark. This past year, we were one of only 11 of the 58 community colleges who exceeded every one of those performance measures, and we're one of only 4 in the state that has done it 2 years in a row.
One thing that we have in short supply is money, as you talked about. The other thing is with so much growth at your college and other community colleges, there's less and less space for people to park and other things. Now, PART, of course, is helping to sponsor this segment, so I can't help but ask you the question, what's your view on the use for students and faculty, the use of transit?
Well, PART has been a very good partner for RCC. Our parking lots are full. Our classrooms are full. We actually have had to rent space behind a neighboring building and build a parking lot, an overflow parking lot. And so when we have students who can come in on the PART buses and get off right on our campus and get on in the afternoons, it's a great service to our students. And
a great service to the whole region, too. And while we're on that, here's a website. I want to give 2 websites, one for the college, one for PART. For the college, it's www.randolph.edu. You can find out all about their curriculum and all the great work that's going on there, because we just touched on it. We could go on for hours about that. And then, of course, www.partnc.org, which has all sorts of information about schedules and bus routes and that type of thing. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you won't be a stranger to the program.
I've enjoyed being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.